Long before the pyramids of Egypt rose from the sands, and centuries before the hanging gardens adorned Babylon, an extraordinary civilization blossomed between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. This was Mesopotamia, a land whose very name means the land between rivers. Often called the cradle of civilization, Mesopotamia is the birthplace of writing, the wheel, and the first great cities. But for generations, a tantalizing question has lingered on the fringes of history and myth. Did Mesopotamia owe its astounding advances to visitors from the stars? Let's begin with what we know. Around 4000 BCE, a people called the Sumerians built the first cities in southern Mesopotamia. Here, they developed cuneiform, the earliest known writing system, and constructed monumental temples called ziggurats, dedicated to their gods. The Sumerians kept meticulous records, lists of kings, inventories of grain, and expansive mythologies. Their stories spoke of mighty gods descending from the heavens, bringing wisdom and technology to humankind. The Enuma Elish, the Babylonian creation myth, describes gods who shaped the earth and formed humans from clay. In Sumerian texts, deities like Anu, Enlil, and Inanna appear not as distant spirits, but as powerful beings who walked among mortals, teaching them the arts of civilization. Some interpretations even suggest that these gods bestowed secret knowledge, astronomy, mathematics, metallurgy, that seemed far ahead of its time. This is where the theory of extraterrestrial influence takes root. Proponents point to the sudden leap in technology, the precision of Mesopotamian astronomy, and the elaborate myths describing gods arriving from the heavens. They ask, could ancient Mesopotamians have been visited by beings from another world? Take the Sumerian king list, for example, a curious document that records the reigns of kings stretching back tens of thousands of years, many ruling for implausibly long spans. The earliest rulers, it claims, descended from the sky itself. Was this mere myth or a cryptic account of ancient encounters? In the 20th century, writers like Erich von Daniken and Zechariah Sitchin popularized the idea that ancient Sumerians met extraterrestrials, calling them the Anunnaki, a term the Sumerians used for their deities. According to these theories, the Anunnaki were advanced visitors who imparted knowledge and perhaps even altered human destiny. The massive ziggurats, they claimed, were not just temples, but landing platforms for otherworldly ships. The intricate star charts and knowledge of planetary orbits, far beyond what simple observation could provide, were gifts from these visitors. But what does mainstream archaeology say? Most scholars argue that Mesopotamian achievements were the result of human ingenuity, accumulated over generations. The Sumerians were keen observers of the natural world, and their gods, though described with cosmic grandeur, were mythological reflections of natural forces and human aspirations. The long reigns in the king list, they say, symbolize a mythical golden age, not literal history. The wonders of Mesopotamian mathematics and astronomy are seen as the culmination of centuries of careful record-keeping and observation, not alien intervention. Yet, the allure of the unknown persists. The mysteries of ancient Sumer, their sudden rise, their enigmatic texts, and their persistent references to beings from the stars, invite us to wonder. What if, buried beneath the ruins of Ur and Eridu, there are secrets still waiting to be discovered? What if humanity's first civilization really was touched by knowledge not of this world? Whether the stories of starborn gods are myth or memory, Mesopotamia's true legacy is clear. Here, thousands of years ago, people gazed at the stars and dreamed, not just of what was, but of what could be. They built cities, invented writing, and set in motion the great adventure of human civilization. And in their myths of gods from the heavens, they left us an enduring invitation to look up, to question, and to seek the origins of our own extraordinary story.